Hey everybody, it's Christina. Welcome back. Today we are going to be opening up the Sketch Plan Create card making sketchbook by Trinity Stamps. They contacted me and asked me if I would do a video on this. So I just took it out of the shipping box. It's the only thing I took it out of. It still has the wrapping on it, so I thought we would give this kind of a first look and see what it's all about. In my box, I got a Trinity Stamps pencil and a Taylor's blackberry and raspberry tea, which I don't do tea very often, but I'm thinking I'm going to definitely have to use this very soon. And there was also this little waffle filled cookie, but it says it's caramel, cinnamon, and real bourbon vanilla. And I am looking forward to trying that. But we are more going to be looking at the little sketchbook, Sketch Plan Create sketchbook here. So I'm going to open this up, get it out of the plastic, and we're going to take a look at this. I'm going to confess, because I already jumped into using this book, and I really think it's a fantastic idea. It's a sketchbook planner, a thing for documenting your ideas, a place to document memories of cards you've made, plan out things that you have coming up in the future. If you're a YouTuber, you can use it to record the supplies you've used on a card. If you're just looking for something to record the sketches, you could sketch out with pencil to see what cards you have made in the past or things you maybe were inspired. It is a fantastic resource for your card making, and I think this is something that is definitely going to get a lot of use in my craft room, and I'm going to share with you how I plan on using it in the future, and we're going to go over all the details about this book. So first of all, this is a spiral bound book. It measures, full thing, it measures 9 by about 10.5. Book itself is just a little over 7.5 by, again, 9.5. I think this book is a fantastic idea for us card makers, and not just for recording ideas, but also as a way to keep, memory keep, and a place, a resource for us to go back to in the future when we've made cards, just if we need a little bit of inspiration. So anyway, this book is a nice thick spiral bound notebook. So we've got these real nice thick coils. It's really nice thick coiling. It is got the nice thick laminate covers. So we have the Trinity Stamps on the front, and on the back we just have our pattern again with the nice thick laminate cover. If you're an Erin Condren fan, if you've been into the Erin Condren notebooks, you know that that system has where you can detach covers. This does not have that, but I can see a lot of the accessories for your Erin Condren planner that you can use inside of this. Maybe just the notepads or something like that, just if you need to make notes. There's so many things that you could probably add to this as well. All right, let's hop in. So in the very front, we have this pocket, and who doesn't love a great pocket for storing our stuff? I love it. And I also love that there's a stencil. I also love that there's a stencil included that we can use for creating our sketches. So we have all the different basic shapes. We also have a nice ruler here. And I actually use this for my card example that I put inside the book, and I'll show you that in a minute. Just gonna stick that back in here. So we have our pocket. We also have our little introductory page, which has the Trinity Stamps information, and then a place for you to record your name on who the book belongs to. Now, when we get into the book itself, it's got a couple different sections. Loving that color scheme. We've got the A2 sketches, A7, mini slimline, regular slimline, and other sketches. Each one of these, except for the other sketches, has this great template on the front that gives you what measurements for what size you can cut your cards to create different matte layers for your cards. So we have an 1/8 inch panels, and we have 1/16 of an inch panel. And I think that is just a wonderful idea. So we know that if we want 1/8 of an inch, so a card mat that's a little bit smaller than our card base, which is usually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, we know to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4, and it keeps going down all the way up to 2 3/4 by 4. I think that's a great idea, and each one of these sections has that minus the last section, which is your other sketches. And I am just going to kind of skip a couple pages because I'm going to show you both pages right here. So what is really great about this is that we have the A2 size cards. We have a landscape version, so we have a regular fold card, and then we also have, if you want to do a top fold card or a portrait style card, we have those options. We can do project 4, we have the date, we can even include our color palette. We have this area right here where we can sketch. It's even gridded, so that might help you as well. And then we have a section here for either supplies or notes. And we have 2 cards on each page. And I love that they gave us the option, or that there is an option for doing a landscape and a portrait style card. The project 4, you can even record who you were making a card for, if you're doing it as a part of a design team, anything like that. You can even just name it the title of whatever you want to name your card, if you have a name for your card, and you can even have the date that you created the card or sketched the card, however you want to do it, which is fantastic. Let's get back here to the next section. We have the A7 sketches, so also includes the panel and mat sizes, and again gives us the options for a portrait, landscape, or portrait style card. And we could just keep going. Minis are the same way, the mini slimlines. And actually this has already inspired me because we have our mat sections, but one thing I always forget with slimline cards is that not only can we do them long landscape, we could do them portrait. I always do my cards landscape and very rarely do them portrait, only because I forget about it. So that's totally inspired me right there. We also have a regular slimline, again with the dimensions on the panel or the divider, and then we have this too, where we have the portrait and landscape on one page. And I think this is just going to be a great resource for me. And then in the very last section, we have other sketches. We can use this for if you're maybe also, not only are you a card maker, but you also are a scrapbooker. You can use this too for sketching out ideas, maybe just for notes, maybe for ideas of cards, or maybe techniques that you want to try. You can put them all back here in the back of this book. Each one of these sections has a great number of pages in each of the sections, where you're going to get lots of space and lots of areas for recording ideas and sketch ideas. But let me just quickly jump in. I'm going to share with you, I'm going to insert a quick video of how I'm using this book, and then we'll get back and I will explain to you, what my plan is.
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arms. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed. Deep and abiding, liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you. You will grow up in the blink of an eye and move out and beyond your own. But no matter what comes your way, I will stay right here beside you to catch you if you fall.
All right, as you can see, I decided that I am going to use this as a way to record videos after I've made the card. So I've been a little behind. It's summer, so it's a little harder for me to get into my craft space. But one thing I will tell you is it's awfully warm in my craft area, so getting up here to make cards is a little difficult because it's so hot, and the summer has been extremely humid. But what I did with mine was I took my last card that I posted here on YouTube, took the photo and put it into Photoshop and sized it. Actually, I ended up making a template for this so that I easily just take my photo that I have done, or my completed card, and put it right into my template and print it out. Super simple. I used the stencil so I can create myself a little color palette. And on the side here is where I wrote down all the supplies that I used for this card. I named it the title of the video, and I also put the date on here that I posted the video. And that is how I'm going to use this book. I'm going to use this as a record keeper of cards that I've already made, and also can be something that I can refer to in the future, that if I want to, or if I'm feeling a little stumped on ideas, I can come back and flip through this book and look for maybe things that were fun. Like this one was a turnabout card, so I can think, oh, maybe I'll pull out my turnabout stamps. Or maybe I liked, how I did a really small layer in the middle and I can expand on that. Or maybe I like the color palette. There's so many things that this one card can inspire for cards that I'm making at the time. And I think this is just a fantastic idea. I find this to be a lot of fun. I really love this. I think this is a great idea. And Trinity Stamps, thank you so much for sharing this with me and allowing me to do a video showing this, because I think it's going to be a great resource for any of our card makers out there, or us card makers out there. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to link to the sketchbook down below in the YouTube description if you would like to go and check it out. And I hope you found this video inspirational, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.